All right. This episode is brought to you by Flato's Fine Foods. Man, it's getting to be Christmas time. I'm excited about those cheese sticks and what are they, Joe? The
Snaps.
Snaps or something?
Yep.
Yeah,
Snap
yeah.
cookies or something like that.
Yeah. Man, they got all the good stuff. They really help out Sacred Heart. Man, the Flato's legends in this community. They feed the football players. Heath Flato was on our soccer team last year. Pretty good team too. So if you want to go visit them, they're on 2nd Avenue in Petal, or you can actually call them at 601-582-9629. Flato's Fine Foods. Let's get to the episode. I got to sit down with Coach Joe Falla, the godfather of the podcast himself. Man, this dude's, I'm not going to get sappy about it, but this guy's given me pretty much everything here at Sacred Heart. Getting to be able to coach, getting to be able to do this. This was actually originally an idea we had for media training for just the soccer team, and then it's turned into this whole big production. And, man, it's awesome. And I get to talk too much and be the center of attention, which is what I've always wanted. So it was really cool getting to sit down with him, and I know you're going to enjoy it. So how you doing today, Joe? You good?
I'm good, man.
Man, just another day in paradise, huh?
Another day in paradise.
Man, so, how many hats do you wear? You're obviously head boys soccer coach, right? Athletic director, dean of students.
Facilities guy, man.
You're the facilities guy. Man, that's any of those jobs I think would be very difficult to do on their own, but much less all four of them. How do you get it done?
Wake up early, go to bed late, man.
Yeah.
Just do what you got to do, man. Just work hard and keep your nose to the grindstone,
So what do you think is the most challenging aspect of the job? For me, I would think it would just be straight up time management, honestly. But when you get up every morning, I know you get up early. How do you organize your day,
You just prioritize it, what needs the most attention at the time. Obviously, if you have a game, or if there's a, not just me, but if there's a basketball game, football game, baseball, I'm going to make sure that everything's covered with that. And then you just kind of go from there. Then you just, start checking boxes, man.
Yeah, I think you're really good at keeping your head down, right? Focusing on the objective at hand. For us right now, the task at hand is boys soccer is getting started, right? At the point of recording this, we've played 2 games. What's your impression, unfiltered impression of our team so far this season?
It's very unique. It's a very unique team. Every year is different, and this year is no different. We're facing a bunch of challenges. Obviously, COVID is one, injuries another, new players, some older players that are first-time players, but just a lot of experience. It's hard to kind of replace experience. But hey, man, we're up for the challenge for sure. It's just been besides the team, the season has been kind of tricky. I got a lot of questions about why is the schedule so thin this year, and a lot of it has to do with just trying to. Some other schools have canceled games to try to replace us with a district game that they have, just in case of a COVID lockdown. They can get some district games in. So, it's a lot of moving parts that a lot of people don't really know about. So, it's tricky, I can tell you.
Well, yeah, I think, man, it feels like everything's tricky right now. And so for me, it's been tough because soccer season is something I always really look forward to because it's, 3 months out of your life is not nothing, but it's still relatively short in the grand scheme of things. So it's a special time, especially I've only really been officially on board as the assistant for the last 3 years, going there, being able to go consistently and stuff. So to me, it's tough because that's such an enjoyable time. So now I'm having to think like, okay, so I'm outside and I'm 20 feet away from anybody, but do I need my mask on? Or, things like that you just never had to think about before. Now, when it starts affecting the things you really care about is when you really, you start looking at it through a different lens.
Absolutely, man. It's just it's change, and you just really have to think your plan through. So it's fun though, man. It's different. We could all say that we've lived and coached in the COVID time, man.
Well, yeah, for sure, and it's more as frustrating as it can be that it doesn't feel like past years just because of the times. I'm super excited that we actually get to do it, because it was looking like, in the summer, the way they were talking on the news about this time of year, it's like, man, are we even going to get to have practice at all?
Right.
So that's the other thing. Your daughter, Gabby Falla, said in her episode on this program, focus on what you can do, not what you're being restricted from doing.
That's right.
That's a good lesson. I mean, honestly, that's how wise she is. I gotta think about that every once in a while, especially when you get caught up in it. But it's always tough when we do have a younger team. We graduated, 8 seniors last year? I don't even know. It could be 40 seniors, doesn't matter. We graduated the core of our starting varsity team last year.
Right.
And for me personally, I was very emotionally invested in them, just because when I started helping coach consistently 3 years ago, they were in 10th grade, and we went to South State. Right. Then the next year we won state, and then last year won state again. So not only did kind of get to grow up with them a little, it was a successful time. How do you view kind of starting that process over with a younger group of kids going into this season?
Well, if you can recall, those guys were they were hungry. They were very wide-eyed and eager to learn, and I think they knew they were talented, but they knew the success of the previous teams, and they knew how high the bar was raised. And did we have to lower the bar for those guys just so they could touch it? Yeah, we did. And I think that, and then once they were able to touch it, we just raised it back up so they can go try to get to it again. But that's the challenging part is to keep these guys motivated and eager to learn and to continue to be successful. Do we like to win? Yeah, everybody loves to win. But there's also the other side of it, to where why don't we do it? We play the game to win, but we also play the game to sorry about that. Play the game to get these kids out and teach them about life, man. There's more to life than just winning and losing. But we have to learn to win. You have to learn to lose. You have to learn what it's like to be around people, what it's like to hold a conversation, to conduct yourself in a manner that's going to make your parents happy and Sacred Heart happy. You represent the name on the front, not the one on the back. But it's good. It's fun. It's challenging. We all like challenges, man.
Well, I'm looking forward to kind of getting to fall in love with the game again, right? Like the beginning of this year, I haven't watched much football at all, because Manchester United, my team, is hot water garbage relative to past years. So I'm not. That's a personal thing I have to deal with. But getting to fall in love with the game, because it was so exciting, especially last year, where we could treat those boys like they were in a professional, like, academy team almost. The fitness, the Manchester Mondays we did, the fitness test we did with them every Monday was so awesome. And I can also see too that this younger group of guys doesn't really have a fair shake, because we haven't, they didn't get any spring ball. They didn't get to play in the summer because no clubs were allowed to have games. So you can see that, and this is the two teams we played as well. You can see not everybody's as sharp as you would expect players
right.
to be, in November. We probably would have already, given the circumstances, we would have had more games too. So I think it's fun to actually look at it from the perspective, like you said, make your parents happy, right, and make Sacred Heart happy. What's the reason you got into sports in the first place, right? It was so you could compete and have fun with your friends, but then it's so you could also make yourself and your tribe look good. I mean, for me anyway.
That's right. And don't forget about the snacks, man.
And then the snacks, yeah, the halftime snacks, the orange slices,
Yep.
Capri Suns. Don't. That's what we need to do. What would the boys say if we brought Capri Suns to training?
I remember these when I was young.
It would be one of those like, I don't know about this. You catch them, sipping on it sneakily. But yeah, I think that's one of those things too. Like, I think we have a good squad. The goal Mateo scored against Colombia was a strike and a half.
Yep, absolutely.
That was what he was at least 20 yards out. I'd say close to 25.
Yeah.
Right, and he's ninth grade too. He's still got after this. He got 3 more years.
It's gonna be fun to watch this guy, man. No doubt.
And hey, let's not forget that guy's doing it all in a mask.
In a mask, that's right.
Man, that's tons of respect for that guy for doing that and sticking through, sticking to his guns that way. But I think he'll be a great guy in the hole. I think he could develop too into like a number 10, a strong number 10, and depending on how pacey he gets, maybe play on the wing. What are your impressions with Mick, legend?
Mick is Mick's getting there. He's one of the ones that I look forward to seeing his progression. Just to see his development and to see him really take a strong hold and put the team on his back and really work. Show the kids this is what it's about. He had an older brother that graduated that was there. That has won 2 state championships, and he's playing with his other brother, Logan. And I think if those two got on the same page in the same book, man, it would be the dynamic duo. So looking forward to seeing those Gallagher brothers again show out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to I want to see Logan flex a little. Dude's strong, but add a little grit to his game. I think he's going to get there. I'm excited to see that happen because he's one of the elder statesmen now. And that's the other thing, too, seeing that transition, like seeing Rybread get to be the senior, and be the boss is like, all right, well, it's like a science experiment that I'm incredibly emotionally invested in. Like, what's going to happen? Like, I really care what's going to happen in the result. But, hey, look, see, Mick, though, I think Mick's thing is he's secretly Brazilian. He has to have.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's got to have. No, like the way he plays, right? Like he's got to have fun, and he's got to keep that joy. I hope that whenever he moving forward, he keeps that joy of the game because that's what makes Mick fun to be around. It's high school. Also, it's tough to keep that. That high school kind of beats that out of you sometimes. So I hope that he maintains that Ronaldinho, just smiling and skillful and just enjoying life.
No doubt.
But what do you think about old Reinhardt?
I like Reinhardt, man. He has a bright future. I think he's close. He's close to breaking out. We just need to continue to mold him, man. Into that player that not just player but person I know he can be. No doubt. He is a key component to Sacred Heart Soccer. He's right there, another young and up and coming player that could propel us and push us over the top, no doubt. I just don't think he realizes how good he is. You know what I mean? And in order to be that good, or to be better, it's not just a athletic component. It's mentally, it's the passion, along with those physical attributes. I think if he can check all 3 of those boxes, then there's a bright future for that young man, no doubt.
Yeah, I think the same thing with him. I think if he keeps that hunger, once again, like you talked about that senior class last year, if he keeps the hunger and he remains coachable, yes, incredibly bright future. And also another guy you're talking about. Okay, you're not the guy who gets some playing time and can still be, still get to be a kid. Like, you have to grow up very quickly. Right, so that means setting an example for the other guys, right? And regardless of age, they could be older than you, and you're still setting the example for them. And so that's one of those things I want him to. I'm looking forward. I know he'll do that, but it's one of those things that you don't know exactly what the timeline will be. So it's very interesting to see. He was good. He was playing in the 6 for us, and then against Columbia, he looked good, almost as like an 11. Like out wide, and I think he could do the 10 as well. Like him and Mateo, I think are both. I know Zach's a year older, but they're both, I think, interchangeable within that midfield diamond that you could just.
I believe
it's hard to go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a great option to have, man. When you got both of those guys playing for you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I got to mention this guy because. He's Showtime, but breezy. I told him I want him to create his own orbit like Zlatan and be able to shield the ball. That's all. I don't care what else you can do. Shield the ball and just be mean within the rules of the game. Right? What do you think? What's the potential you see?
Wait. You said mean and breezy in the same sentence.
Right?
Not a chance. He smiles and laughs the whole time.
Look, you seen that football hype video? I filmed that, and he goes, "Let's go!" at the end. When I was filming him, there's I kind of lost my breath when he did that. I did not expect, because it was surprising, and then it was like, Breezy he could be a very scary man if he decided to. What do you see? What do you see Breezy contributing to the team this year?
Well, first of all, let's talk about Breezy. When they put Breezy on lockdown and COVID lockdown, he came back looking like a heavyweight fighter, man. He's lean, mean fighting machine. He's trim. Mm-hmm. He's ripped. Kudos to his family for getting involved. I know his dad did the same thing. Looks good. You can't even recognize him.
Right.
But man, it's motivation. It's Breezy is we say all these things about Breezy, and you think about it, and first thing a big smile comes on your face. But if people would look at that and use that as motivation, is Breezy a soccer player? Has he been a soccer player? He's out there because he wants to be there. He wants to be part of it, and he is part of it. Mm-hmm. He's a key component again. Somebody that's worked hard to get himself on the field. And I can't wait for him to score those goals, man. It's gonna be a great day. The celebration will be great.
Yeah, Breezy's one of those guys, man. You just want to be around him, and super. I mean, previously he's just been great for morale, But now I want to see him. I want to see him level up, and especially working on the foot skills. Like he just needs to have a soccer ball at his feet all the time, Just like I told him the other day he does percussion too. He's a good drummer, man. He's a good drum set player, He's trying to level up.
I saw a video with him. He did
at
home and had shoulder pads.
Yeah. Dude, the guy's electric. Yeah, he was in class the other day, and I was like, man, you need to just be that guy who always has a ball on you and is just telling people, take it from me. Just keep it under the sole of your foot and just box out, basically.
Box out.
Yeah, man. So I also want to talk about Bubs, Ashton Ware, Squirrel, Young Squire. He's got so many nicknames, and absolute stud. Really came through last year for us. Hit an absolute laser beam against St. Pat's at their place last year.
Yep.
That was one. I've never celebrated someone else's goal that much.
And then the goal in the state championship game.
And the goal in the state championship game. Let's not forget about that.
Wasn't that like a sombrero, if I recall? Or
Yeah.
no, it was a little ball played in and it's
Yeah,
volleyed it in.
that's right. He's crafty, man. He's tricky, and we lost him for 10 weeks. We were scrimmaging the girls. I seriously turned my head once, thought I heard a crack. Mick said, get somebody for Bubby. Dylan ran right out there, looked at his left leg. It looked off. It's one of those you can't really figure it out. We thought it was an ACL, but he fractured his growth plate. Man, we just got to say, man, we're thinking about him, praying for him. What does Bubby mean to this team?
Man, for Bubs to go down, man, it's tough. It was tough to see, tough to hear. You just don't replace somebody like him. I mean, he's earned his stripes, man. And it's hard. It's hard to watch. It's hard to really think about, because you really have to go back to the drawing board. It really messed up everything, basically, from a team side, but just from us as coaches to players, you feel for the kid because he played the game the way you want everybody to play it. He has fun, plays with a smile on his face. He's super competitive. Loves to play. Loves to win. Works hard. But it's God's way, man. But I hate it for him. It's hate it for him. I hate it for us. I hate it. I know he's going through a tough time right now. Big leg, the full leg cast, walking around. Not even walking around, just
Right.
scooting around, I believe. So, bless his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to lose somebody like that, no doubt.
Yeah, that's kind of your talisman going down. That's tough to because he's a spearhead of the attack. We're going to play him at a number 9, maybe a number 7 at wide right. He can play all those positions, right? And played wide right a lot last year. But it's really, man, just an exciting player to watch. Athletically, guy is fast as lightning.
Bright future in the game, man.
Bright future in the game, intelligent player, nice kid. Yes sir, no sir. So it is tough to see him go down, but I know he's going to be back. And man, when he gets back though, he's going to be chomping at the bit. And I don't want to mess with a mad Bubby, for real.
Mad squirrel, man.
Mad squirrel, bro. It's going to be next level.
No doubt.
So this is a very harsh lesson in a year that's not been too kind to the human race. But I think he's going to be better for it, Honestly, that's really all you can say because there's no point in moping about it. There's no point in oh, well, what, we're going to cancel the season? You can't do that.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're thinking about you, Bubs, man. We're thinking about you, and we know he'll come back stronger, better than before. Another guy that says yes sir, no sir. Really big pickup this year. Anthony Boyette, the cowboy Boyette. Man, what you told me he was gonna play. I didn't really think I didn't think anything of it because I've never heard him express interest in playing. He's never really on my radar, but I'm so thankful that he's with us, man. What was take me through that process of getting Boyette to come play goalkeeper for us?
Well, man, we needed players. We didn't have any. We lost a lot last year, as we talked about earlier. But I know leading up to, I guess, the week of our first game against West Jones, the week prior to that, we had 11 at one practice and 12 at the other practice, and 2 of the 12 were my daughters. So we basically didn't even have a full team out there. So man, we're beating the streets here trying to find players, and thanks to Boyette, he committed. Glad to have him, no doubt. Big body, Big athletic kid, and he should be playing.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids like that need to play everything they can, especially at a school like this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, happy to have him. He's doing a great job. He's getting better every day. The more reps he gets between the pipes, the better he gets. So, he's a quick learner, and I could see some great improvement just in the short time that he's been here, no doubt.
Well, and it's going to help him in his football next year. We've talked about this a lot, where soccer players, if people would realize that playing soccer would help you with lateral movement and not just being explosive like you have to be in football, but then adding the endurance component, it's a great off-season activity for football players. And I think Boyette is that proof of concept.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, just yes, sir, no, sir, to everything.
Everything.
Like I told him the other day, he called me Mr. Wooten. He said, sorry, Coach Wooten. I said, man, just call me Wooten. Then you don't have to worry about that. He said, no, Coach Wooten.
There you go.
No, he said, no, sir. I'm sorry. He said, no, sir, Coach Wooten. It's like, man, it's cool when the cool kids are like that. Because I think he's, well, I don't know. I'm not in the, I don't know the high school gossip, but he's a cool kid, man. He's he's a football player, baller. That's good for.
And those flip-flops that he showed up in.
Right,
man.
he's got Billy Bass slides. I've never seen anything like that.
Me neither. Somebody must have paid him to take those things.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. But hey, man, if he can pull it off, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think we don't want to leave anyone out. So, boys, if you're watching this and you're like, he didn't mention me, I mean, it's nothing personal, but I got to get to questions about you. You ready, Coach?
I'm ready.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
That's been everyone's answer.
Really?
Everyone said blue, which I don't.
When we change it?
No, that's no. Don't change it. It's just everyone said blue. Okay, so what's your favorite animal?
Oh, it has to be a dog.
There we go. Everyone said dog. So, what's that say? I think blue and dogs are the Blue Dog Cafe. That's a Louisiana thing.
Blue Dog
All right.
Cafe.
What's your favorite hobby or pastime? In between your 7 hats you wear because you got all that spare time.
Spare time,
what
man.
You doing
just
with all
outside. Anything outside's always good, man. Get to go, especially this time, just getting outside, man. Enjoying the weather. Kind of wait for this all year,
Man, don't you like cut metal too? And
Yeah, do a little shop work. That's always fun. This is a good time to do it. It's not too hot in the summertime. It's real hot doing that kind of stuff, but. Yeah, working in the shop's pretty good.
Yeah, man, you made those awards for
Yeah.
athletic awards. Yeah, those are really cool and substantial. You can't break those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which TV sitcom would you star in?
Oh man, I don't watch much TV. Let me see.
Like from your childhood, Coach Schrader said like Brady Bunch. We had Miss Moore said Friends.
Andy Griffin.
Andy Griffith. All right. Yep. I like that. That's a throwback. Yeah. Kids, y'all won't know. Y'all don't even know about that TV land life. Okay, what's your favorite food?
Oh man, Mexican food, no doubt.
Mexican food, right?
Yeah.
Del Sol's pretty decent.
Yeah, Del Sol's. Yep.
Few victory dinners there.
Yep, a couple of those. Yeah.
I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what food do you dislike the most and why?
Ooh, man, as you can tell, I love to eat. Man, that's tough, man.
See, I mean, you'd be the first person to say you don't have a food you dislike.
Man, I'm not. I'm just happy to have some food on the plate, man.
I like that. Let's go with that. It doesn't even have a least favorite food. See, keep it positive, man. Okay, if you could write a fortune for a fortune cookie and give it to yourself when you were 16, what would it say?
Keep working. Don't let roadblocks stop you, man. Just keep working, man. I think a lot of people get, we talked about it a couple of years ago with, I think it may have been last year with Designed to Go Far. We watched the little video, showed the guys the video of Designed to Go Far, and talked about, how we get dented as people, and it's part of learning and growing, and it's the more dents, the straighter we fly. We learn from them. So don't let roadblocks and dents stop you. Keep going, man. Keep working.
Main thing I've learned from you actually is just show up, and that's something that at 16, it's like I'd show up if it was about me, or if it's something I wanted to do, or if I got something out of it. But what about just showing up, regardless of the caveats, right? Like, it's not going to be, it may not be a perfect situation, or whatever it is, whatever your excuse for staying at home is on the day, just show up. That's good, man. Just keep working. Just keep working. All right. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I would love to fly. No doubt, man. That'd be the coolest thing.
Dude, because then all those soccer tournaments y'all go to, you wouldn't have to drive. You could just
fly, man.
I said, flying or teleporting. A lot of people have said being able to read minds, and I understand the motivation, but at the same time, I think it's good that I can't read minds.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Mel Gibson and What Women Want, he went insane. You don't want that's. I already know what happens if that. Mel Gibson already told me.
Mel Gibson.
All right, this is my favorite one. How do you want to be remembered? Now, it doesn't have to be like your life, but maybe just at Sacred Heart or just whatever. I'll leave it open-ended. How do you want to be remembered?
I don't know, man. Just a hard worker. Somebody that wasn't afraid to roll up their sleeves, there's a lot that goes on in a day, man.
Oh, man, I know.
There's a lot.
I know. And look, I know it's a tricky question. I don't ask you that to put you in a tight spot. I just think it's worth the people watching that they see you think about it. Mm-hmm. Because I hope these kids think about that, especially, maybe just not your whole life. Like, how do you want to be remembered in high school? For our soccer boys, how do you want to be remembered as a player at Sacred Heart? You could be very specific, right? Not just as an entire person, right? So I want to be remembered as a hard worker too, for sure. I want to be, but above all else, and this is what I think of you more, is I want to be reliable, right? And that's what people. That's why you got, 17 hats and titles here at Sacred Heart, is because you're reliable, man. So I appreciate you taking the time out of another wild day.
Yeah. We were supposed to do this, an hour and a half ago, and here we go.
Hey, man, you coming?
Yep, be right there.
Yep.
Hour and a half later.
Yeah, so I appreciate you taking the time, and I know those soccer boys enjoyed hearing us talk about them, maybe, for the most part.
Yep. I'm looking forward to seeing those alumni here over the holidays.
Yeah, man. Gotta work out so you can eat more turkey on Thursday.
That's right.
So that'll be good. That'll be a good time. Thanksgiving training is always best. Pretend you're a pro. All right, man. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
And we'll call it. Man, that was perfect. That was good.
That was good. Yeah.